Video about some endgame build options and what I did, and talk about some of the mistakes I made when making my character and leveling. Yep, so I'm out here at my base. I'm going to show you some things for the end game. And when we talk about the end game right now, of course, we're just talking about nukes and gathering nuked material and building stuff, whatever. But okay, so end game, you're going to be doing nukes, and that blast radius, wherever it is, you're going to get a lot of high level enemies there. You probably already knew that, but there's constant radiation. And what I did when me and some friends launched our nuke for the first time, we were a little bit unprepared. I mean, we managed, but that radiation is just constant. And yeah, we went through our supply of Radaways, and we wanted to do another nuke like right away, but of course we'd have to go back to farming Radaways and stim packs and ammo and repairing gear. There's a lot to it, but this build I'm about to tell you about will make that a little bit easier. So first of all, some of the perks that I'm going to suggest are more based towards having friends and being on a team. You could do it solo. Of course, if you have the Lone Wanderer perk, solo is going to be your go-to. But in order for like end game stuff, dealing with the radiation, that's going to be what I'm about to show you. So I'm going to go to my perk tree. Yeah, okay, I'm not level 5, but whatever. Alright, so yeah, as you can see, I kind of fucked up my stats here. I'm actually going to make another character so I can do this right, but so when you're doing the end game stuff, in the nuclear areas, you're gonna need some things. So I'll start with endurance. I recommend getting like maybe 6 endurance. So you can keep 2 level 3 perks on there. One of them should be ghoulish, and then there's photosynthetic, which is good, and then maybe one of the sun-kissed, so that slowly regenerates, radiation during the day. Not game-breaking or anything. It only works during the day, of course, for both of them, health regen and radiation regen. And then, of course, ghoulish. Let me explain why ghoulish is important. Like, most people skip over it because you think, you're only going to get health when you are under radiation, right? Well, you're always under radiation in those blast zones, so this perk is constantly proccing. You're always under regeneration out there. The other thing the other perk you're gonna want, I highly recommend. I say at least 9 charisma. As you can see, I fucked up completely, and got to level 50 before I realized, what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. There's this one, Rad Sponge. Now this is fantastic for being in those nuke areas, and the best part about it, only one person on your team or you needs to have it. I have it. I would rather have had the 9 charisma just for that, plus 3 perks of inspirational, and then maybe have maybe a couple on team medic or travel agent. But I think 9 charisma would be best. That way you can share a level 3 perk. Like Rad Sponge, and then your whole entire team, whenever they're getting radiation, you're all healing each other's rads. It's already been tried and tested. I guarantee it's badass. Okay, the other thing that completes my personal build, I'm not talking about weapons. I'm talking about more defensive and survival aspects of the nuke areas. But luck. So for luck, I recommend at least an 8. As you can see, I've got only 4. And why I say 8 is for a couple of reasons. I don't have enough points to take the 3rd rank of Class Freak, and that's pretty important. So I actually have these mutations: Chameleon, Eagle-Eyes, Electrically Charged, Healing Factor, Marsupial, Plague Walker, and Unstable Isotope. That's 7 mutations. That's a lot, giving all the downsides to it, but they complement each other really well. In the field, I was constantly proccing unstable isotope and playing electrically charged, I was always getting attacked by melee. My build's more towards sniping, so kind of they get close to me. You know, I figure a little bit more damage output is nice. Electrically charged and unstable isotope are both very good mutations, I think. Electrically charged, of course, you just shock melee attackers. It's like an electric blast that kind of goes off of you. Looks really cool. Unstable isotope basically does the same thing. When you're getting hit, a little mini nuke will go off right where you're at and irradiate and kind of do some explosion damage to surrounding enemies. So there's that. And then, of course, there's Marsupial and Healing Factor. Now, if you've done any research on mutations, you've probably heard about these. So Marsupial, basically, I think it does double or 4 times or something the jump height. So a normal person, they jump pretty low. I have no problem getting into high places now with this fucking perk. The downside to it is under normal conditions, you would lose 4 points of intelligence, but you also get 20 points of carry weight as well. So there's a double bonus. You know, you're always looking for carry weight. With the Class Freak perk right now, it's only -2 instead of -4. And then there's Healing Factor. Healing Factor is pretty nice. You know, when you, I don't know, for some reason it's not really working for me. I think it got bugged, but it does work. Like when I first got it, it's constant health regeneration, I think, when not in combat. But it does reduce chem effects by, I think it was 30-something% without, you know, Class Freak. But I figured, you know, with the chem effects, you know, being like that, you could always just offset it, because most of the time you're going to be using stim packs as the chem, and the first aid perk kind of offsets that. Yeah, my intelligence is stupid high. I thought that it would help me just be a better crafter. Could be more wrong. And okay. So yeah, Healing Factor. Eagle Eyes, Chameleon, I kind of just got those random. They didn't really have many downsides other than negative some strength for Eagle Eyes. I figured, you know, but I didn't want to really risk trying to cure that one and then lose out on one of my better ones. So I just locked that in with this perk. You probably already know it, Starch Genes. So what this does at rank 1, it's less chance for you to mutate and less chance for Radaway to cure mutations. Well, at rank 2, you will never mutate, and Radaway will never cure mutations. So that way you can lock in your mutations that you already have. And that's pretty important. So, like, I want to keep Marsupial, I want to keep Healing Factor, I really like Electrically Charged and Isotope. So Starch Genes is what you'll need. So you'll definitely need some luck. And then, of course, Class Freak, you're going to want all 3 ranks of that. Yeah, unfortunately, I can only have 2. But rank 3, it's 75% off the negatives. So it's like the Eagle Eyes one would just be -1 strength instead of -4 or -2 like I have. Okay, and that, like I said before, I recommended getting 8 luck, and the reason for that is so you can have rank 3 of this, both ranks of Starch Genes, that's 5, and then 3 ranks for either Bloody Mess or what was the other one? Or just, you know, swapping out for Scrounger if you need more or whatever. You know, just have a whole open 3 rank card, you know, past these ones. So that's basically it. These cards will help you a lot when you're doing the nuke zones with friends. You'll constantly be healing each other's rads, and you'll constantly be regenerating health. I think when me and some friends were doing a zone last night, our health never went below 75% at any given time, unless, you know, we were just getting hit by multiple Scorch Beasts, you know. But we were at the prime location as well. So yeah, that's about it. There are other ones that could help you survive solo. Like you could switch out inspirational for I don't have it, but Lone Wanderer, so you can you know, get more damage resistance when you're solo. Another one is Quack Surgeon. That's pretty good. You revive your friends with liquor, but solo would be like Travel Agent, inspirational, and that's about it for charisma, buying and selling, I suppose. Well, that's about it. If you guys got any better, builds for endgame, leave it in the comment below. That'd be awesome. So, yup, goodbye.